And also, I mean, this question is just for us. It's for you guys. Leave us your opinions on this, and we'll get back to you. I'm sure a lot of people are probably gonna disagree with me, and then there might be people that disagree with both our opinions. I can see people vouching for someone else instead of Lowry or Kevin Love. So we'll see how it goes. You guys are open to pump out your opinions. We're here to hear it. Last one, we got another Twitter question. This is from House of NBA, and this one's pretty interesting. The caption is, which young duo under 25 are you taking? And this is the photo. We got Jokic and Murray. We got Embiid and Simmons. We got Kristaps and Luka. And we got Ayton and Booker. Ayton and Booker. My bad.
Dang, 8 Booker?
8 what?
No, okay. Okay, you go with. I went first last time, so I guess you go. Who's your duel?
I'm not sure if he's talking about this year or long term. I'm gonna go long term if I'm building my team around this young duo. All right, so this is like if I'm president, owner, GM, whatever, I'm building around these two. Out of these 8 guys, out of these 4 duos, I'm personally gonna go with Luka and Kristaps Porzingis.
Unicorn.
Yes. First off, this will be quick. Luka, his first rookie year was phenomenal. I mean, he won Rookie of the Year, but on top of that, he was doing some things that, as we all saw, were historic. We saw all these crazy records being broken or matched, and new ones being formed. This guy came from Europe, for a lot of people, out of nowhere, and for me, this blew my mind because he doesn't look like it. He's only 19. That is insane. He'll turn 20 or start at the age of 20 this upcoming 1920 NBA season. He's only going to be 20 during that season. So that is a big reason also why I will build around it. But it's not just that, his potential.
Luka, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
All right. I'll talk about their games right after. Now we'll go to Kristaps. Kristaps, still young. Yes, he suffered an injury. I think he's been working on it, and the reason he's taking so long is that he's going to come back stronger than ever, and it's better to be patient than to be sorry. And for me, it's the same way I personally felt about Kawhi before he even played. I was like telling people, yo, Kawhi, I believe he still got it. I wasn't completely sure because we never know how things come back. Same with Kristaps over here. But like, from what I observed from an outside eye, how they're approaching their recovery and how they're presenting it to the public. Like, same way with Kawhi, Kristaps has just been kind of staying low key besides that one whatever scandal in Europe or whatever happened. And also Kristaps has that mentality like Kawhi. He doesn't say too much, but when you watch his interviews, the kid has a gray head on his shoulders. He's hyper focused. He's about winning. He's about like playing the game and just being a superstar. Like a lot of these internationals now coming into the game, like Siakam, Giannis, like they're coming in, bro, ready to kill. Like they're not coming in like, oh, we're gonna play with these Americans and hold our own. Not like they're not trying to hold their own. They're trying to dominate American players. You feel me? And I really respect that. Yeah, I really respect that. And I get that from Luka and Kristaps. Luka, I get it less, but not because I don't think he has it. I just think like he comes off like his appearance too, like just more like jovial, very nice, like looking, and so yeah. And Kristaps is young, so they're both young. They both focus. They both got game. Now also their game wise, Luka can do everything. Like he can literally. I think his defense will get better. Mind you, he's 19, 20. Like his defense is gonna get better. I think he has the mentality to develop into a two-way player. I think he will do that. He's athletic. He's not the most athletic, but he can run up down the court. You see his endurance holds up. He's got good speed. He drives. He's got a solid mid-range. He can shoot threes. And all those things that I'm naming, although they're already good, like solid to good right now, I believe that they're just going to keep improving. I don't think he's going to stay stagnant. He just doesn't come off to me like that. And in Kristaps, like I told you earlier, there's a video, I'll try to leave a link or whatever, where they're talking about like the freaks in the NBA and like just like the way their bodies and what stands out to them above other players. Kristaps has the speed of a guard, and not just that, he's like in the top 3, I believe. I would say top 5 just to be conservative, of speeds to run up and down the court compared to guards. This guy is 7'1", you said, right?
7'1".
That's insane,
7'1",
man. That's insane. This guy, there's a reason Durant nicknamed him the unicorn. And think about that. Durant gave him that nickname.
Durantula.
Exactly. Like, you think someone of Durant's caliber would just give a freaking like a unique nickname like that to any player? Nah, Durant must have seen something in this kid. Same way I feel about it. His height is he's gonna be dominant down low. He can play, he can shoot threes, he can help space out. So like just those two together, they got an outside game, they got an inside game. They got an offensive game, they got a defensive game. They're focused and they seem to like they're gonna stay on this path to like to get to success. And on top of that, last thing, during the Dallas Mavericks, who did they have? They had Dirk Nowitzki. And who did they have as an owner? Mark Cuban. I mean, Ballmer might have taken that throne right now, but Mark Cuban, arguably the most popular and probably likable owner for most NBA and casual ball fans.
Not here in Miami.
And oh yeah, that's different. But Cuban gave a German kid when he was, I think he was 18, 19 when he came, right? Dirk. He gave that kid a shot, and he believed in him. Mind you, Mark did have that mistake, and he said he won't do it again with the Nash and Dirk pairing. But he gave that kid a chance, a European kid, and look how it led to a successful. It took a while, but it led to a successful NBA championship and an NBA Finals MVP for Dirk Nowitzki. Now that he has that track record, like, hey, I've proven that I can work with non-American players and help and trust him with carrying the organization and providing them the resources to succeed. I believe that's why also KP and Luka are such a great fit in the Mavericks, because they have a history. Like, that organization right now has a history, kind of like the San Antonio Spurs, to be able to work with international players to help achieve the highest level of success. So yeah, in this young duo, if I'm talking about legacy overall, building my team around, game potential, and you can throw an organization, I'll take Kristaps Porzingis and Luka. How do you pronounce his last name?
Doncic.
Doncic
or Doncic.
Okay, there you go. What about you?
I like that. I actually was gonna choose them, but out of that whole list, I guess to go over it real quick, Booker and Ayton. I love Booker's game. Ayton, I just don't know him well enough. He hasn't done enough to in the NBA. Murray and Jokic, I love the shooting.
They proved themselves this playoffs.
They proven themselves,
but still got more to show.
But there's certain things.
I mean, all these guys have a lot to show. They're young.
But look, when it comes to like duels or under 25 years old, there's just some things that you can't teach.
Oh man.
And some things you can't teach is, okay, a 6'10" point guard that can handle the ball. Like a smaller guard. You just can't teach that. Simmons, he has that. Joel Embiid, like when the NBA was going through at a transition, centers, that are able to shoot, shoot threes, and not only just shoot them, but shoot them well, and do and being anchored defensively as well. Embiid, he embodies that. The thing about Embiid right now, and obviously, okay, my choice is, to make it clear, is going to be Embiid and Simmons. Embiid, the only question mark that we have regarding Embiid is what? His health.
Yeah.
If he was healthy right now, Andrade, let's say he never got injured, and he was consistently healthy, who would you say the best center in the NBA right now would be?
I would put him in the top 3, maybe top 2.
I'll probably put him number 1. Embiid can be your defensive anchor when it comes to your NBA. The guy's nasty when it comes in the post, and if you sleep off him when he's up in the perimeter, he's gonna kill you on the threes. Just ask Whiteside, a couple years back. Simmons is one of the best.
He ain't killing no one off the threes.
Now Simmons, he's one of the deadliest people when it comes to this. When he's going to that, when he's going to when he's driving to the basket, you better watch out. It's like he's gonna.
He's like a LeBron.
Like a LeBron, but less muscular.
Yeah,
he's not gonna be a 260 pound train.
Yeah.
Coming on Taco Tuesday, to get them tacos. Buckets. But these are things that I think he'll be able to learn,
Develop.
like
Okay.
develop. Simmons, this offseason he's been putting a lot of work on his jump
I
shot.
have heard that his jump shot has improved supposedly.
Now he doesn't need to be like he doesn't need to be a Steph Curry out there to make it effective. But if he could become respectable enough in his shooting,
What's
that
respectable? Like 40%, 30%?
man, first he's got to start shooting outside of 8 feet.
I was gonna say 10 feet,
He
15
10,
feet.
10 feet. He's got to start doing that and start making it consistently. Like I'll say if he could take more shots, and I'll say
40%,
maybe 40%.
35.
Yeah, upper 30s, 40%.
Okay.
To make teams at least aware, and respect it.
Yeah, because low 30s, nobody's gonna be afraid of that.
Okay, because look, man, if right now, I've seen several times on highlights when Simmons, is on the 3-point line all by himself, like whoever's guarding him is nowhere close to him. He's like, hey,
Yep.
you shoot it. It's like and when you're playing rec or when you're playing the playground, there's always that guy. Oh, let him shoot it. It's like that right now with Simmons, but
Even worse sometimes.
But I
He
think
won't even try to shot. That's what a lot of players complain about.
he won't
like
even
veteran players.
He won't even try it. And Embiid, he actually had it. They asked him about this. Is like when Simmons did shoot it, he was like the whole team was surprised, that he even attempted it. But I do believe the guy's putting in the work right now, and I think this season, I'm not saying he's gonna be shooting threes.
So out of this 4 duels, that's who you would build your team around right now.
Right now for both. I mean, my first choice would be Luka and KP, but you talk Luka
Oh,
and KP.
okay, got you. Well, I'm just clarifying. Okay, so that'll be your first choice.
That'll be my first choice. But to play devil's advocate,
Yeah.
and go with 1A, I'll say Ben Simmons.
No, it is arguable. I do agree with you.
Hey, Ben Simmons and Embiid.
Embiid's got huge potential.
Because
Man.
Embiid's huge question mark right now is health.
Yeah.
He's
And I think he's gonna come back hard this season, yo. After the way he lost last playoffs,
he's just injury
he's
prone.
gonna come with a vengeance.
But you know what? I think the bad karma's already over with Embiid. I'm not too concerned about Embiid. I think he'll be fine regarding his injuries. I think he'll be able to pull through. Now with Simmons,
Yeah, he's been more consistent.
With Simmons, it's just two things. It's the shooting and the free throws. He's got to get better with the
You're
free
missing the
throws.
third one. With Simmons, for me, it's the distractions, man.
Oh, well, anytime.
That's why he didn't develop a shot last summer.
Oh, the Kardashian.
He was. It doesn't have to be a Kardashian.
okay.
It could be just distract. I'm
Nah,
just
man,
putting
he's-
it as
he's gotta-
labeling as distractions.
He's got to dump that Kardashian.
This guy likes
man.
the spotlight. And like, I'm not saying that's the only thing he focuses on, because obviously he practices and stuff. But like, if you want to be a superstar, like an all-star, a consistent all-star.
He's a star right now. He's not a superstar.
Okay, but that's what I mean. Like, a consistent all-star, which equates to a superstar. Like, you have to, you got to be in the gym, bro.
But you know
Giannis didn't win MVP, freaking being out there, all Hollywood.
But back to what we were saying. Okay, I'm glad that you brought Giannis. Giannis's weakness is his shooting. But overall, throughout the years, he's been getting better at that.
I believe though, because he's got that mentality.
I think Simmons. Okay, he's okay. Right now, Simmons, he has the same agent, Rich Paul, as LeBron James. Don't you think them being like having the same agent, he's gonna have like LeBron.
Okay, but who's LeBron James? I'm just kidding.
I mean,
I'm just
LeBron-
kidding.
no,
You're ready to swing.
No, man. I'm like, don't you think like they probably hung around with each other, like that association.
Yeah.
I think will be able to. I remember going with LeBron when he first got into the league. He had no
bringing
shot.
up the agent. Simmons got his contract now.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a little worried, kind of like a Higgins, kind of like a Whiteside? He's got his contract that he's gonna be a little off the pedal.
No, I'm not gonna be necessarily. Okay, but look, with Whiteside, it's not even close, man.
Nah, just focus on Simmons. All right.
No, man.
You think he'll stay focused?
I think he'll stay focused, man.
Okay.
I think he'll be fine. He's ascending up, and I think he has a better game than Whiteside. Whiteside's
Oh, for sure.
yeah. It's like no, and you don't see Simmons like going off on Brett Brown regarding his minutes. He's gonna get his minutes. I think it'd be cool about that. Now what I think he should do is dump that Kardashian, man, because that Kardashian curse is, man, it's not pretty.
Wow, bro, how you gonna criticize his personal life, man?
I mean,
kidding.
nah, don't get me wrong. Nah, not dump her.
But look, all right, you brought Simmons being a point guard. I think Luka would make. I think he can right now already make a solid point forward. He can pass. The kid got a good court vision. You saw that?
I like Luka better
And he's
than.
been playing with older people. Oh, better than Simmons?
Maybe Simmons is just a jump shot. He's got to get a better
and
jump
free
shot
throw, like you said earlier.
and free throws.
I mean, they're kind of correlated.
It's kind of yeah. Come on, man, free throws, man. It's like you don't
Yeah.
need to be in the NBA to be good at shooting free throws.
Yeah, for me, those two are the top two.
I say
Jokic and Murray could be the second over Embiid and Simmons if Murray can develop a more consistent shooting percentage. Because he's up in there's nights where he's on fire. There's nights where he just kind of disappears.
He's hot and cold.
Yeah.
The guy can shoot it. He has a
So
sweet,
I want to wait for
but
see how he develops. Because he's still, how old is he? Like 24?
20. He's young. He's like 22, 23.
Okay.
And
Jokic. Bro, see, when you told me you would put Embiid as number one, bro, after what I saw Jokic last regular season and postseason in 18 and 19
nah,
NBA
you give
season,
me Embiid.
Huh?
You give me Embiid. When it comes to centers, give me Embiid.
All right, I'm thinking in a team, I don't know, man. I think he's special, man.
Defensively,
I think he's special.
Defensively, I like Embiid better.
Well, okay, I could see that.
And
Embiid's more athletic too.
Yeah. But
Jokic, he's got a court vision. Imagine Jokic and Simmons on the same team. Both of them with their court vision would be insane. This guy Jokic passes like a freaking point guard sometimes, man.
What concerns me with
like the way he sees the openings.
What concerns me with Simmons and Embiid, and they're gonna notice this year, is last year in the playoffs, when it came to those last second shots, when it's the fourth quarter, 2 minutes left.
Oh,
I need somebody with the ball.
Yeah, there's no Jimmy buckets.
No, they were going for Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler was the closer. Before then, Simmons and Embiid.
I'm very interested to see how that plays out.
They weren't closing. We're good.
Because Simmons, I could see being a closer if his only option would be driving it in.
He's got to develop the free throws.
The basket.
And the problem is, if he's gonna drive it in, they're gonna hack a Simmons.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Embiid would be too hard because it's hard for a big man to get the ball with a couple seconds remaining because it's just like an awkward position.
Well, I mean, he could shoot it outside and he could dribble, but I get you.
Yeah. But that's another. See, I'm excited to see how because Kristaps to me is like an Embiid, like they got semi-similar games. Embiid's a bigger dude.
They complement each other.
But yeah, because they both got outside range, mid range, post game. So yeah, and Kristaps, man, I just hope he gets more of that tenacity with his defense, kind of like Embiid. Who knows? I could see Kristaps having like an MVP type of season in terms of not that he's gonna be in like the top 5 MVP voting or anything, but just like he's gonna show up and remind people who he is again.
You know what else we could agree on? Can we just agree? It was an exciting off season, and man, I can't wait for the NBA season to.
Oh, for sure, man. For
Kawhi,
sure.
Thank you. You brought balance to the NBA.
For real, and we're gonna see how these two, all these young duos perform, and then we'll see. All right, we'll bring this topic back up at the midway of the season. At the end of the season, we'll see all right, which young duo, at least for this upcoming season, ended up performing the best.
We'll revisit it.
Yeah, and that'll be a lot easier. That's less opinion, more because it's less theoretical. Yeah, we'll have the numbers. We'll see how they perform, and then we'll do it right before the postseason. And then Booker though, I just want to shout out Booker, man. Like, bro, I think that kid's special.
He needs to come to the Heat.
Yeah, he just needs to leave the Suns. He needs to get out of the Suns. He doesn't have to come to the Heat. He just needs a better organization that will provide him the resources and the support. Because the Suns aren't gonna do it for you, bro. The Suns aren't gonna do it for you.
South Beach,
bro. You're special, man. You're an offensive. And if you develop a defense, boom, easy.
He's taking his time.
Come on, he dropped how many points did he drop that one?
70
game?
points.
Wakala. But all right, that wraps it up for today's ep. We went in today. Looks like the time mark is about an hour. That's an hour content for y'all. I hope y'all enjoy it. If you made it this far,
hit that damn subscribe button.
Yeah, it means you fucked with us for
even
this long.
Even if it's the first minute.
Yeah, even if you skipped around and shit, we still appreciate you.
You gotta hit that subscribe button.
Let us know what young duo is stands out to you out of these four. Also, is CP3 or Westbrook a better pairing for James Harden for the Rockets? And can the Clippers overshadow the Lakers' popularity at any point? At any point, do you believe? If you don't believe at all, I know Ice Cube would be like, hell no. Snoop Dogg would be like, hell no. So give us your shot. Any Lakers fans, I know y'all gonna just let us know. I mean, spit facts. Maybe we're wrong. You know, whatever opinion you think we're wrong, and we might be wrong. Well, if we get a good ass comment, we'll address it in the next video and tell you how it is. You get me? Like I'm open to changing my opinion if I get brought in like good enough information. You feel me? And yeah, so that's about it. Any last words for the audience?
We're gonna see what we're gonna eat tonight. Not quite sure. It's not Taco Tuesday. It is Wednesday. But this is Ball Talk.
Wasabi Wednesday.
But this is Ball Talk Deep.
Where we talk deep about ball
and not tacos.
And
have a good night.
Check us out on Twitter at Ball Talk Deep. Hit us up.
Peace.
Take care.